Hi, I'm Terry, better known as Mr. White Keys, and today is a sad day in the world of eyewear. Now on this channel we like to talk about independent artisan eyewear as well as what's happening in the world of eyewear. So if you like that kind of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps to support the channel. Don't go anywhere. So there are moments in the world of artisan eyewear that don't arrive with headlines or scandal or noise. They arrive quietly. A brand stops responding. Orders slow. Services disappear. And only later do we realize that something meaningful has come to an end. Today's video is not about outrage. It's not about gossip. It's not about assigning blame. This is a calm, careful look at what happened to Tom Davies Eyewear and why the quiet end of a true, bespoke artisan eyewear house matters. So Tom Davies founded Tom Davies Bespoke Artisan Eyewear in 2002 in West London. From the beginning, the brand stood apart, not because of trends, not because of marketing, but because of philosophy. Tom Davies approached artisan eyewear the way a master tailor approaches a suit. The process didn't begin with a frame. It began with a person. Dozens of measurements were taken: head width, eye size, eye height, bridge width and bridge height, temple length and angle, nose shape and pad geometry, vertex, panoscopic tilt, and base curve. From those measurements, a frame was created. Not selected, but created. Clients could choose cotton acetate, titanium, natural horn, and precious metals. Colors were layered. A collage of materials came together to form the artistry that is eyewear. Shapes were refined. Details were considered. And when the glasses were finished, the client's name was engraved on the temple arm. This was not mass production. This was authorship. Now in eyewear, the word custom is often misunderstood. True bespoke artisan eyewear is not simply about choosing a color. It's not picking a size variant. It's not adjusting nose pads afterwards. True bespoke means the frame does not exist until you do. It allows for a bridge that fully fits your nose, an eye size that respects your proportions, a lens height that works both optically and aesthetically, temples shaped to follow your skull. For many people, this was transformative, and it's why Tom Davies was trusted at the highest level. Tom Davies designed all of the eyewear for the Matrix Revolutions, Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus. He created Clark Kent's glasses for Batman vs. Superman. And Henri found that most frames sat too high on his face. Tom Davies Eyewear has also appeared in Cruella, Allied, The Tourist, and outside of film, bespoke Tom Davies frames were worn by Ed Sheeran, Heston Blumenthal, Carrie Fisher, Rowan Atkinson. What united all of these clients was not celebrity, it was fit. So I want to pause here and make this personal. I own a pair of Tom Davies 729 eyeglasses in crystal tobacco acetate. They feature a titanium front piece layered onto thick cotton acetate that offers an interesting contrast between the matte black gunmetal and the crystal tobacco acetate. It was not glued on like mass-produced eyewear. It was fastened with screws. That choice adds cost and labor and integrity. Inside the temples, the titanium core wire is intricately coined, depicting a British Navy ship tossed among the waves. These are not details that you add when you're cutting corners. These glasses were made to last, and they were made with intent. I'm really sad about the news that I had to report today. First, Robert LaRoche, and now Tom Davies. Is it becoming an epidemic? I don't know. Will the world of independent artists and eyewear survive? I think it will. It's always been resilient. When one door closes, other doors open. Lots of new independent artisan eyewear companies are entering the industry, offering very interesting pieces that represent art that you can wear. And artisan eyewear is important and continues to be important because it determines how we see the world and how the world sees us. So looking back, there were actually some warning signs, some red flags. In 2023, a winding up petition was filed in the UK against a Tom Davies related company by Canary Wharf Retail Limited. In simple terms, this meant the company was struggling to pay rent. Now, the petition was later dismissed. Operations continued, but public records and notices published in the Gazette show that financial pressure was already present. Not a collapse, but a signal. In hindsight, an omen of things to come. In June of 2025, Tom Davies Bespoke Eyewear Limited entered administration. Administration is a formal insolvency process. It does not imply scandal. It does not imply wrongdoing. It means the business could no longer meet its financial obligations in its existing form. There was no farewell announcement, but the effects were immediate. Bespoke Artisan Eyewear orders stopped. Accounts went quiet. Services became unavailable. The defining service for the brand was no longer available. What's often overlooked is that Tom Davies wasn't just a single brand. What many in the industry referred to as the House of Tom Davies included multiple expressions of his design philosophy. Tom Davies Bespoke Eyewear, Catch London, and MD 1888. Different voices, different aesthetics, all grounded in the same belief that eyewear should be intentional and personal. In the United States, clients experience Tom Davies Bespoke Artisan Eyewear through a very small number of trusted independent opticians, those who truly understood what bespoke meant. One of those was Hicks Brunson Eyewear of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, before making this video public, I shared an early private draft with Daniel Brunson, owner of Hicks Brunson Eyewear, so he could review it and share his perspective. Now, that mattered to me because Hicks Brunson Eyewear wasn't just a retailer of Tom Davies Bespoke Artisan Eyewear. They were part of its story in the United States from the very beginning. Hicks Brunson Eyewear was founded in 1952, and Daniel Brunson is a fourth-generation optician. That history matters, and it's why Hicks Brunson Eyewear was not simply a store that sold Tom Davies frames. They were among the earliest U.S. opticians to carry Tom Davies eyewear, beginning in 2007, the very moment the brand was first launching here. Tom Davies Bespoke Eyewear was never widely available. It was offered through a very small circle of elite, independent artisan eyewear boutiques, comparable to the exclusivity of brands like Masunaga or T. Henri, where only the most trusted, top-tier opticians are authorized to represent the work. Daniel explained that Tom Davies' U.S. presence centered around a handful of key markets. In the spring of 2023, Tom Davies visited New York City, Chicago, Tulsa, and Los Angeles as part of a focused U.S. tour, meeting with top dealers and working directly with their clients. Hicks Brunson Eyewear was honored to be part of that group. Becky Jo of Hicks Brunson Eyewear also shared her own memories of meeting Tom Davies, of being in the room with him, feeling his energy, and watching his creative process unfold in real time. She described seeing Tom sketch bespoke frames from scratch in an old-school, almost instinctive way, as he designed one-of-a-kind pieces specifically for Hicks Brunson Eyewear's clients. For Becky Jo, the loss is deeply personal. She spoke about how heartbreaking it is to see the end of a bespoke service that made it possible to create something truly special for people who had never been able to find eyewear that fit them, physically or personally, anywhere else. Daniel also clarified something important. From his first-hand experience, bespoke artisan orders continued later into 2025 than some outside observers might assume. Hicks Brunson Eyewear placed custom orders as late as October and received them in late November. As Daniel explained, there was no clear signal at the time that anything was wrong. The realization came quietly, only weeks ago. Now, in the videos linked below, Daniel speaks in his own words about Tom Davies' bespoke process. The measurements, the philosophy, and what made it so special and transformative for so many clients. Even now, the Tom Davies Bespoke Eyewear website remains accessible, almost like an archive, offering a window into what the bespoke process was long after the service itself came to an end. It quietly documents a process that once lived through people, places, and relationships like these. Today, that bespoke service is no longer available, and what's been lost is more than just a service. It's an entire ecosystem. What was often referred to as the House of Tom Davies, encompassing Tom Davies Bespoke Eyewear, Catch London, and MD 1888, a true bespoke artisan eyewear house that believed eyewear should be personal, intentional, and deeply human. Now that's something worth honoring. Now in Japanese craftsmanship, there is a concept called Monozukuri. Now while it literally means making things, it means a whole lot more than that. It is the belief that the object carries the spirit of its maker. Tom Davies Eyewear was in London, not in Japan. But the parallel is not lost, because Monozukuri is not geographic, it's philosophical. And Tom Davies Eyewear carried that spirit. Before I close, I want to leave you with something important. While our hearts break for Tom Davies Eyewear and the quiet end of a true bespoke artisan eyewear house, I don't want this story to end with absence. I want it to end with possibility. The spirit of bespoke artisan eyewear has not disappeared. It has simply taken a new form. If you're still seeking a truly personal, made-for-you bespoke artisan eyewear experience, Götti of Switzerland offers one through its Dimensions collection. Unlike the bespoke artisan eyewear experience offered by Tom Davies, which included acetate, metal, and combinations of materials, the Götti Dimensions collection is made from 3D-centered polyamide. It's a fine nylon powder engineered into frames that are incredibly precise, remarkably strong, and almost completely weightless. They are light as a feather. They're engineered for all-day comfort, and they're built to last. In fact, I have a pair of Götti Switzerland Dimension collection frames that I'm going to show you now. Here are the frames. This is the box you get. I did choose a very loud color. I have a lot of blues in my collection, so I wanted something that's different. In fact, these frames are blue. The one I'm about to show you is really blue. Now that's blue. This particular colorway is called Pool, and it's a very interesting blue color that just really pops. Now, Götti frames from the Dimensions collection are actually available in over a dozen colors, thanks to a partnership between Götti Switzerland and Dimension. And one of the things that's truly remarkable about these frames is they weigh literally as light as a feather, and yet they're very strong. The hinges are very strong. The hinges have a bit of spring to it, but they don't use the commonly used spring mechanism for this that fails early. Hinges are one of the most important parts of the longevity of a frame. What they've done here is they have a very clever hinge that really doesn't have any moving parts. It just is metal that bends. And so it's guaranteed to last a long time. This also has a very unusual texture. So one of the colorways that I think is very interesting is the denim colorway, which is a dark blue. And the denim colorway together with this kind of material that has a bit of relief to it actually looks like jeans. So you can imagine throwing those on with a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. Very perfect for casual wear. In any case, for more formal occasions, they have colors like black and mocha and oxblood. So it's really something that you should check out. I've really enjoyed wearing these frames. I made these as computer glasses with a bit of a tint, but no flash mirror. And so one of the reasons why I selected these frames is because they're so light and they're really built for all-day comfort. I spend long hours in front of the computer, and these have really just been perfect for that. So the Götti Switzerland Dimensions collection, as well as all of the other Götti frames, are available through Hicks Brunson Eyewear in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the amazing team there are experts in helping you select a rich, personalized mix of tint colors, single and double gradients, flash mirrors, and photochromic options. Together, they help you create eyewear that reflects your personality, your lifestyle, and your identity. I'll place their contact information in the description below. Give them a call so you can begin the Bespoke Artisan Eyewear journey yourself. Thank you for watching, and thank you for caring about the craft. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Next up, we'll be talking about the frames I just showed you from Götti, Switzerland, from the Dimensions collection, which are called the Myles in the pool colorway. I'll also be talking about these glasses, which is a collaboration between Henri and Murado, a famous tailor in Italy. And these frames are called the Tirrenos, named after the Tyrrhenian Sea in Italy. And this particular colorway is called the Capri colorway, which is a deep, deep, deep blue. They almost read black on the skin. When I said blue, they might have surprised you because they probably look black. The blue is what makes the gold on the sides, the 24 karat gold accents on the sides really pop. And that's all I've got for today. So please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps to support the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.